Okay, here we go. What we're doing is we're going to make some fried pies. And what we have here in this boiler, we cooked some apples, and over here we cooked something called mixed fruit. And what we do when we're cooking these things, this is the type of fruit we use. This is dried fruit. There's sun-made mixed fruit, and you can also get sun-made peaches, or you can get sun-made apples. And what we used was the sun-made apples. Now he's putting in there, what we're using is not really butter. It's called Smart Balance, and he's putting a big hunk of it in each one. Now what we did was we cooked a whole pack of the mixed fruit, but we only did a half a pack of the apples. That's because we wanted more mixed fruit than apples. And he's got this hot now, where he put it in water, put the fruit in the water, and let it soak for about an hour so that it will swell up. And just cover it in water and let it soak. And then once it is soaked, he cooked it. He cooked it until you see the texture of it. It had torn up. How long did you cook it?
About an hour and 15 minutes.
You cooked it for an hour? It didn't cook that long.
It didn't.
No.
It's something to eat.
But no, it wasn't that long. But it did cook until it tore up. And you can just about tell when something is done, because you want your fruit all the way done. When you're cooking the fried pies, you're not going to cook the fruit. You're frying the pies. The fruit will be already done inside the pie. And what we're using is what we call Smart Balance. And see, this is Smart Balance. There it is. And the thing of it is, it tastes as good as butter, but it's not as bad for you as butter. And so now we're mixing this up, and once you mix the butter in it, you put just a little bit of salt in it. There we go.
That's to keep it being clear.
That's to keep it from being clear. In other words, you don't want a clear sweet. And a lot of people think you don't put salt in something that's sweet, but yes you do. And now he's put sugar in it, he's put butter in it, and well, you hadn't put the sugar in it yet, have you?
No, I'm going to tell you how much sugar I'm putting in there.
Okay, now
here goes the sugar. Sweet according to how you want it to taste.
yeah, now if it's a pie is supposed to be sweet. You don't want it syrupy, but you want it good and sweet.
You're just going to be sweet. Nice little scoop of sugar in each one. And if it ain't sweet enough, you can add a little more sugar. You sweeten it to taste. Sugar and butter and salt.
Nothing else. Sugar, butter, and salt.
Then I put a little, wait a minute, a little apple. This ain't too old on this.
Apple pie spice.
Yeah. A little of that and then make it taste more apple. Ain't nothing to taste good.
Well, what about a little cinnamon in the apples?
This ain't got no taste to it.
Okay, we won't put the apple pie spice in there.
No, I put a little cinnamon.
Okay.
This right here.
No, that's nutmeg.
Yeah. Cinnamon.
Cinnamon?
Yeah.
You want ground cinnamon?
It's over there. It's over there.
Okay, we're going to put a little bit of ground cinnamon in there. See, we just used ground cinnamon.
Just to make it a little spicy.
No, not in the apples.
Oh yeah, don't put it in there.
They're not in the mixed fruit.
That ought to be enough to give it a taste.
Okay.
That got its own taste.
Yeah.
Now I taste it.
Okay, now he's tasting it. Let's see whether it's sweet enough.
Not quite.
Not quite. He's got a sweet mouth, so he's got to add a little more sugar. That was quite a bit of sugar. That was quite a bit of sugar. But like I said, a pie is supposed to be sweet.
But it's gonna be sweet when I get through it. I'm gonna let this cook a little bit and make it stiff.
Okay.
Give it another taste of it, see how sweet it is.
About right?
I'm gonna let this cook a little more too. Get it right. Make sure we cool that stuff up. That's sweet enough.
Sweet enough. Okay, now he's going to let this cook a little more. And then once this, he's putting just a little more salt in there. He didn't want it to be clear. And once it cook a little more, then he's going to let it cool a little bit, but not cool completely. And we'll start making up the pies.
I put sugar in there.
Yeah, you put sugar in there, but you hadn't tasted it yet. We'll start making up the pie crust. Well, we're not really making a crust. We're going to use biscuit dough, and I'll show you what we're using in a minute. Now he's tasting the mixed fruit.
So you have to taste it with the sugar. Ain't no certain amount of sugar. Sugar to, but how you want, how sweet you want it.
Okay, it's sweet enough. So now will it have to cook any more?
Yeah, a little more.
We're gonna cook it just a little more.
That's too soft for you.
To what?
A little too soupy for you.
A little too soupy, so you're gonna dry it out a little bit. And then when we come back with part 2 of this, then we will be ready to start frying the pies.
And let it cool. Then you can do your pie really warm and not hot. It'll melt in the pie. It'll melt in the dough.
Well, stay tuned for part 2.
Heat it a little bit after put all the seasoning in it. Go and heat it for about 10 minutes.
Okay.
Want this stuff to melt down stiff.